In order to preserve this diagnosis and to be able to start the necessary treatment procedures, first I would like to carry out an analysis of your lower jaw movements. To do this, we use an electronic registration system, the Digma 2. So that you are totally relaxed during the recording process and can carry out the movements quite naturally, it is important that you are sitting in the highest possible upright position. Therefore, I will now bring you into this position by first of all moving the chair forwards, then tilting the head support slightly forward so that you can be quite comfortably supported during the measuring process. We have prepared the para-occlusal spoon, which was produced on the model and is now fixed precisely there. We can already see the recording plate, which is oriented to the fissure and lightly snapped onto the dentition. The upper jaw recording plate, with its length not covering occlusally, belongs here too. The recording pin, so that later we can go through this hole with the probe, and all this also easy to remove and replace. The bite fork, which was also prefabricated on the model, belongs here too, whereby we must pay attention that the incisal point is marked here. Now we have completed the preparations. And please open. Very good. You take over. I will fit the individual things like the para-occlusal spoon, whether it goes into position. The patient closes her mouth. Bite down normally. I can observe if there is no occlusal contact anywhere. Please open. The spoon is removed. The lower recording plate is inserted and examined. Please push it out again. Well done. Upper plate is inserted. It fits. To remove it, I can hook it with the probe, take it out, and that's it. And also once again check the bite fork. That also fits. The teeth are carefully dried. Application of the temporary acrylic and insertion of the para-occlusal spoon into the correct position. The patient closes once again. Pushes to the left and right, good, and opens. Okay, stay like that. And I will ensure that the surplus material is removed. Good. Now close slightly and wait. We must leave the holder in the corner of the mouth position until the material is firm. We check for contacts on the para spoon. Bite down, grind your teeth back and forth and open. Bite down, grind back and forth, open once again. Bite down again. Open. Bite down and open once again. Bite down and grind back and forth, good. Open. Bite down, grind back and forth, open and stay open, while I check if there are any contacts on the para spoon or the fixing material. now take the connection box. The tape is placed over the patient's head, and here the box with the connection plugs hangs down for the bows. The assistant takes over the bow. She orientates to the external auditory canal. The bow is closed via the thumb wheel. It is orientated to the middle of the external auditory canal, while the protective pad is seated behind the ear and the bow is stabilized. The labella supports are opened, pushed together, held in the correct position and locked. The patient tilts her head slightly forward and the fastening strap is fastened behind the head. The patient can relax again, and that's it. First we select Articulator programming on the touchscreen. We can now select which axis system we wish to use. Here we will use the KaVo transfer system, which is also suggested. Firstly, the bite fork has to be fixed and the reference measurement carried out. For this, the prepared bite fork is taken and the mandibular bow snapped open. The patient opens her mouth. The bite fork is placed in position. Measuring is started. Bite fork removed. The patient closes again. Para spoon firmly positioned and the measuring can begin. The patient has bitten down. Measuring started. Patient moves mandible forward and back. Bite down again, measuring ended. From the second position, measuring started. Patient moves mandible forward, back, bite down again. Patient moves mandible forward and back, bite down again. The third measuring started. Now we go into lateral torsion to the left. Measuring started. Patient moves mandible to the left and back again and bite down. Second measuring started. Patient moves mandible to the left, back again and bites down. Third measuring started. Mandible to the left, back, bite down. The left lateral measurements are complete. Now the right lateral measurements are started. Patient moves mandible to the right, back, bite down. Next measurement started. Mandible to the right, back, bite down. And the third measurement. Mandible to the right, back, bite down. Now all three measurements have been carried out. The calculations are made. Now we have the results on the display screen of the Digma and the printout on the large monitor. The next step is that we can enter a commentary. In this case, the title is Tooth Guidance. The data is stored and the measuring is complete. Movement patterns in all three dimensions. At first, the technician orientates to the position of the Digma bite fork. In this case, position 1. Here we now have to finally position our Digma bite fork, set the upper jaw model in the impression, check where neatly positioned, and then articulate using a special mounting plaster. It is important that the plaster is mixed to a creamy consistency and is not too thick. First of all, we put plaster on the model, and then a second portion in the mounting plate of the articulator upper part. It is essential that the articulator upper part is completely filled with plaster in order to make it easier for a possible repositioning of the model. Now close the articulator without using any pressure. Give a short tap on the upper part and let the plaster rest a while.